Sandbox MMA fans, it is time to talk about Noche UFC. I know this video is coming out on a Monday when I usually do these on Sundays, but I needed 24 hours to calm down after watching Merab stink up the bantamweight division in a boring-ass fight. Now, I will say, kudos to Merab, because he had a great game plan, went in there and executed it, and he beat Sean O'Malley. Now, we're going to talk about a little bit later the notion that he dominated O'Malley, because he didn't. He lost 2 rounds, but Merab won the fight. He won the fight very clearly. This is one of those dudes that just deserves a title at some point in his life, man. I just hate it comes at the hands of the most exciting fighter. Now we have the most boring fighter at bantamweight as the champion, but it is what it is. Overall in predictions, I went 4-6, bringing my total record to 234 and 143. Not a great night for me. My stupid ass betting on all the Mexicans, picking all the Mexicans because I'm thinking they're going to get robbery decisions, but the fights, a lot of them went to the finish, and Mexicans might be the new Canadians, so it is what it is. They went 2-6 on the card. Should have went 1-7, or maybe 1-6-1 because the Ronaldo Rodriguez fight might have been a draw, but we'll get to that. Let's just break down the fight card, though. I'm gonna go into my recap and reaction for the entire card, and we're zooming in a little bit more on this stuff. So. Arichi Long versus Raul Rosas. Good performance from not good performance from Raul Rosas. It was a performance from Raul Rosas. This guy goes in there, round 1, gets his takedown. Brilliant work. He looked like he was trying to stand on the feet with him for a little bit there in round 1, but then once there was a little bit of danger, he shot the takedown, made sure he controlled round 1 and won round 1 in a boring way. Round 2 comes around, Arichi Long starts landing good counters, and he is stuffing the takedowns of Raul Rosas. So we're sitting there going, oh, this might get dicey. Raul Rosas might get fucking fraud checked again. So round 2, it does go to Arichi Long. He won it. He was landing good counters. He was tagging Raul Rosas. Raul Rosas looked like he wanted to improve his striking and stand with him on the feet the whole time, especially after that second round. So you're sitting there going, damn, Arichi Long might pull this off. But round 3 comes around. Raul Rosas looks to strike for like the first 2 minutes, and then in the last half of the round, gets the takedown, secures the round, and wins his fight 29-28. Honestly, this was a layup fight. When you're minus 950, you should be getting a finish. I get Arichi Long isn't necessarily the easiest out of all time here at bantamweight, but he is probably not a top 75 fighter at bantamweight. Might be top 100. But Raul Rosas, you got to get a finish, man. Not very impressive of a performance, if I'm being honest. I think I expected more out of Raul Rosas. I think a lot of people expected more out of Raul Rosas. So he does end up getting the win, but we'd like to see some finishes. But he is 19, so we got to deal with that, right? Like, Chase Hooper, same thing. He was super young, and he wasn't looking great, Raul Rosas. He's winning, but he's got to look better. Again, he's super young. He's got plenty of time to improve. Speaking of super young, Joshua Van. No Pat Berry. Joshua Van is the fucking man, dude. This fight, Edgar Sheres and Joshua Van, was fireworks, so much fun. They both should have gotten performance bonuses for how much fun it was. They should have given out 2 fight of the nights, this and the Rovic fight. But let's talk about this. I was nervous for Joshua Van, and actually, I picked him in my YouTube video, but when I released the picks on Instagram, I said I'm changing my pick to Edgar Sheres, so I did not get this fight right. Would have went 2-0 to start the card, but I changed my pick like an idiot. I was thinking that Joshua Van taking just 2 months off after a knockout is not enough time, especially to go against a guy like Sheres who likes to work in the tie clinch a lot, throw some of those knees up the middle, and Joshua Van is shorter. Edgar Sheres does have some power, does have some pop, and has the ability to submit some people. So I thought there was a little bit of pop in round 1 there from Edgar Sheres that could have hurt Joshua Van, and he did hurt Joshua Van at times. But round 1, Sheres is landing really good kicks, mixing in the low kicks, mixing in the body kicks. He's turning Joshua around with some of these low kicks. It's looking really good. His boxing's on point. He's landing a good 1-2 down the middle to stagger Joshua Van. Looking real good in round 1. It goes to Sheres. But this becomes the most Joshua Van fight ever, where in round 2, Joshua Van starts taking over, where he is just marching forward, putting Edgar Sheres on the back foot, using tremendous pressure to cut the octagon off and then be able to land his combinations. He's landing really good punches. And then he starts going to the body. And he starts digging this left hook to the body repeatedly. And Edgar Sheres is hurting bad from it. So after Edgar Sheres starts getting absolutely beat up to the body, Joshua Van does the smart thing and goes to work back up to the head because the hands came down, and he is piecing up Edgar Sheres. Starts going in for the kill to get the finish. Spinning back fist, Edgar Sheres lands, and it hurts Joshua Van really bad. You can see his eyes like not looking straight forward. He's now in trouble against the cage, and Edgar Sheres is pouring it on, looking to get the finish. Joshua Van ends up landing some shots of his own and gets the takedown, and this round 2 has been fucking crazy. Joshua Van is laying down on top, just trying to get his wits back. Edgar Sheres is trying to work his way back to his feet. But Joshua Van's taking, 30 seconds to a minute to make sure he's got all his wits back. Joe Rogan standing there in the commentary looking like an idiot. I don't know. And DC, if I'm him, dude, I'm letting him back to the feet. It looks like Sheres is hurt. Did you not see the spinning back fist that made Joshua Van hurt? That's the only reason why there's grappling, or he would have stayed on the feet the whole time. They don't know what they're talking about anymore when it comes to the sport. DC's IQ goes down when Joe Rogan's on commentary, and DC immediately becomes a worse commentator when DC's on, or when Joe Rogan's on. But Joe Rogan, we know this, guys. We know this now. He's a middle-aged, or he's an older man that casually watches fights, but doesn't have the same insight he used to. It's just, and you can't blame Joe Rogan. He's got so much other shit going on. So at the end of the day, I just would like to not see him on all these pay-per-view cards talking about the same old shit, and also not providing good insight very much anymore. So, Edgar Sheres is hurt Joshua Van. That is why Joshua Van is in the guard of Edgar Sheres, to try and, camp out for a second, to get his wits back. They end up getting back to the feet and continue to have a war. Round 3 comes around. They're each exchanging. Joshua Van ends up getting a couple more takedowns and securing the round, and he wins the 3rd round. Round 2 is possibly the round of the year. So if you haven't seen it, this is a must-watch fight. Possibly the round of the year there in round 2. But Joshua Van does his thing and wins the fight in the most Joshua Van way ever. Losing the first round, then turning it on in the next 2 rounds, having a war, and winning the decision. It's a good win. Yasmin Jauregui and Katlyn Souza. Yasmin Jauregui looks so much better than Katlyn Souza on the feet. Landing better, landing more combinations, throwing more, has better cardio, landing low kicks, mixing it up. But Katlyn Souza has that 5'2", Brazilian woman type power. They stand in there. There's a groin shot each. Katlyn Souza takes one. Yasmin Jauregui takes one. They start laughing. After trading low kicks, Katlyn Souza it looked like hers hurt a little bit more because it looks like her nuts might have got sent back to her stomach. But the second they get back in there, they start trading. They each throw a left hook at the same time, and Katlyn Souza's just got a little bit more Y chromosome on it and absolutely sends Yasmin Jauregui to the ground. Katlyn Souza immediately jumps the back and chokes her out with a submission. So great work from Katlyn Souza. Big win. I don't think she's as technically sound as Yasmin Jauregui, but she's got the power. She's got that short Brazilian woman strength, and she got the win. Good win from Katlyn Souza, big underdog. Yasmin Jauregui, you got to stop putting her against these Denise Gomes and Katlyn Souzas. Her only 2 losses are to these type of fighters, where they're short Brazilian women that have insane power and a little Y chromosome in them. So, good performance from Katlyn Souza. Yasmin Jauregui, man, back to the drawing board we go, and a prospect that we have absolutely killed. Good matchmaking, Dana White, you fucking idiot. Even though it's not Dana White, it's probably Hunter Campbell. Next up, Manuel Torres, Ignasio Bahamondes. Guys, I'm going to say it. Ignasio Bahamondes coming to a rankings near you soon. He is a dynamite fighter, and I think he's one of the best fighters in the UFC. Not best fighter, one of the best strikers in the UFC. I really do. I think now that he has the counter ability for slip back right hands, holy smokes, dude, this guy is a fucking problem. Let me tell you that. This guy is an absolute fucking problem. Has great kicks, even though he wasn't really using them much. And his boxing's improved tremendously. He has great range, great counter ability, and this guy's got power. This guy's going pow-pow. Like in fucking Step Brothers. Manuel Torres, Ignasio Bahamondes was a fun fight. Manuel Torres did his thing where he's going in there and just swinging with all power, all relentlessness. Like he's going in there and he's trying to get the knockout there in round 1. When they're in the pocket exchanging is when Manuel Torres had a little bit of luck in landing. His best shots were obviously to the body. He was very precise. But Ignasio Bahamondes really just beat him up, man. It got to a point where Ignasio Bahamondes read that Manuel Torres is just going to be overswinging and coming in hot every single time. And Ignasio Bahamondes would do the backup right hand. Backup right hand. Knocked him down with it once. Manuel Torres ends up getting back to the feet. They start exchanging again. Manuel Torres blitzes in. And then one more time for the end of the fight. Backup right hand. Sits Manuel Torres down. Ground and pound a couple of shots. Game over. Great performance from Ignasio Bahamondes. Got a performance bonus. Deserved it. I'm just saying that I think Katlyn Souza got one too. She did good. But you got to give Van and Edgar Sheres an extra fight of the night. You got to give out an extra bonus for those two guys. They went fucking off. But great performance from Ignasio Bahamondes. Tall, lanky striker in this division. Dude's a real problem. Training with Bilal. I bet his wrestling's improved so much as well. So I think Ignasio Bahamondes is about to be a serious problem for this division. Now, I said that after the Yagos fight, but it was a Yagos fight. It wasn't a Manuel Torres fight. He goes out there on Mexican Independence Day and puts Manuel Torres out cold. That's a nice performance. Keep an eye out, Ignasio, because this dude's coming to a rankings near you. By the end of 2025, my money's on him being in the top 10. I'm going to say it. Ignasio Bahamondes top 10 by the end of 2025. Irene Aldana versus Norma Dumont. Holy shit, guys. Norma Dumont outstruck Irene Aldana, and Irene Aldana had possibly the worst cut I have ever seen. Now, Norma Dumont landed whatever she wanted, wherever she wanted. Literally. Beat up the legs of Irene Aldana because she stands in that very traditional boxing stance. Hit the body a million times because she also was a very high guard like in boxing. And outstruck her with the combinations up top. Now, Irene Aldana, all she has is a 2 down the middle and a left hook behind it, and immediately Norma Dumont figured that out and realized, oh, I can beat up the legs, I can land to the body, and when we're throwing in these exchanges, Irene Aldana can throw, I can go 1, 4, and 5. Because Dumont would go 1, Irene would go charge in, miss with the 2, miss with the left hook, and then she would go 1, 2. I mean, Irene Aldana got pieced up the whole fight. And then experience in round 2 the craziest, worst cut that I've ever seen in women's MMA. Maybe one of the worst cuts I've ever seen in fighting. You could basically see her fucking skull. It was nuts. But it came from a head clash. And immediately the blood's pouring in the eye. Immediately the blood is pouring in the eye. You got Norma Dumont now picking at it in the 3rd round, opening it up more. I mean, Norma Dumont looked fucking great, and Irene Aldana, holy shit, she can take a beating. Every fight she's in is fun, though. She had a Fight of the Year contender, or candidate, with Carol Rosa last year. Now she has a great fight with Norma Dumont. And Norma Dumont, welcome to a top 5. Welcome to a top 5. Interesting shorts choice, Norma Dumont. You're going to lose fans if you don't wear the right shorts, but holy shit, dude. Norma Dumont outstruck Irene Aldana. I thought if she was going to win this fight, she was going to win it in the clinch. She was going to get takedowns and just hold Irene Aldana down there. No, she beat her up on the feet. What a performance. Great work from Norma Dumont. Outstriking Irene Aldana. Irene Aldana, please get that shit stapled shut. Holy smokes. Holy fucking shit. What a bad cut. What a good fight. Kicked off the prelims. The prelims got red hot, dude. They got red hot. The Rosas fight stunk, but everything after that was fucking awesome. We move on to the main card, Ronaldo Rodriguez versus Ode Osborne. Now, the production of the Sphere starts to actually become prevalent here in the pay-per-view. Looks cool as fuck, I'm not gonna lie. Looks cool as fuck. The light show, the movies they had going, everything looked really fucking cool. $20 million cool, I don't know about that, but it looked cool. It was good. Everyone's gonna say, dude, it was a sick event. I told you, Dana was right. Dana's always right. Well, he did drop $20 million into this. It was cool, but I don't know it was $20 million cool. And while the fights were fun on the card, doesn't mean they're big names. Does not mean they're big names. Does not mean they're $20 million type names. But at the end of the day, Ronaldo Rodriguez and Ode Osborne. Ronaldo Rodriguez steals the show at the press conference. In round 1, gets dropped really bad right off the bat. Now, he won a decision. I think this should have been a draw. I think it should have been 28-28. I think Ode Osborne won in round 1. He got a really bad knockdown. Knocked down Ronaldo Rodriguez bad. Then, they're rolling around on the ground. Ode Osborne locks up a triangle. Oh my god, he's going to finish the fight, except for the fact that he actually doesn't have jiu-jitsu skill. He's doing nothing to make sure that this triangle gets tighter. He's doing nothing to advance the position of this triangle. He's not pulling the arm across. He's not shifting his body weight. Like, he's not turning a little bit more to tighten that thing up. He's not. He's just standing there thinking that because the triangle's in, it means it's going to finish. Dude, guys can tough out unless there is literally no room. There was room for Ronaldo Rodriguez to breathe at that point, and he ends up getting out of it. So round one does go to Ode Osborne, but he should have had the finish there in round one. Round two comes around. Ode Osborne jumps a guillotine. Ronaldo Rodriguez reverses it. Once he reversed the guillotine, he just beats the piss out of Ode Osborne. And I actually did give round two a 10-8 to Ronaldo Rodriguez. I thought he beat the piss out of Ode Osborne, dominated and destroyed Ode Osborne that whole round. 10-8, Ronaldo Rodriguez. So now he's got a lead going up into there. He's got lead going up into round two. It's 19-18. Ode Osborne, I thought, won round three. Thought he outstruck Ronaldo Rodriguez. Thought he landed the better shots. Now, I know Ronaldo Rodriguez throws some ground and pound. Don't know how many times he was accurately landing on Ode Osborne in that ground and pound. I thought Ode won the fight. Thought he outstruck him in round three, and I thought he won the fight. But, this was the robbery decision we were waiting for. All card, we've been waiting for this. All the fights have just been going to finishes. Or they've been so dominant in the Norma Dumont direction, you couldn't even rob and give it to Aldana. But like I mentioned, they weren't going to rob Norma Dumont knowing what she can bring to the sport, especially with that birthday cake that she's rolling around. Even Shevchenko said it in the weigh-in. She said, holy shit, like she's carrying a fucking dumpy. And yeah, she is. But back to the Ronaldo Rodriguez fight. Sorry, I got lost in the thought of Norma Dumont. Ronaldo Rodriguez, I thought it was a draw. I really did. I thought Ode Osborne won rounds 1 and 3, 10-9, and I thought round 2 was a 10-8 to Ronaldo Rodriguez. So, at the end of the day, the fight went to Ronaldo Rodriguez. I think he's the more marketable guy. I don't think Ode Osborne's that good, but, now we get to take the counter side of Ronaldo Rodriguez soon, because I think he's going to get finished by someone much better very soon. Good fight. Really, really good fight. Kept the momentum going, but now we're going to go to a fight of the year contender in Daniel Zellhuber versus Esteban Ribovic. Oh, my goodness. Snaps for the fight. Holy fuck. Holy fucking shit. Daniel Zellhuber and Esteban Ribovic went to war. This is the kind of fight that we've all been wanting to see. Tremendous, tremendous fight. I had Ribovic winning this 29-28. I did. I think it was the right decision, but I think if you scored it for Zellhuber, I'm not that mad. The round that you're like, which one went to which, was round 1. So we'll start with round 1. I give it to Ribovic. Now, Joe Rogan, Daniel Cormier, John Anik, they would have you thinking that Daniel Zellhuber was about to get a finish in this round. They had you thinking that Daniel Zellhuber was winning this round so easily. They were glazing him like crazy on commentary, man. It was insanely annoying. But Esteban Ribovic was landing some shots of his own. Now, Daniel Zellhuber was doing a good job landing his jab, finding his range, landing a couple knees. They would get up close. He'd land an elbow in the off the break of a clinch, or not the clinch. He would land an elbow when they were up close. But Ribovic, when they got in the pocket, was landing better and landing harder when they actually got in the pocket and started trading hands. When it was on the outside, it was all Zellhuber, but every time I got in the pocket, Esteban Ribovic was landing harder, better, more, was landing much more. And he actually had a punch that wobbled Daniel Zellhuber, and that wobble is what did it for me for Esteban Ribovic. Now, if you didn't see the wobble, I get it. I get it. You didn't see the wobble, then you can possibly score it for Zellhuber, especially with the way the commentary was acting. But I saw the wobble. Goes to Esteban Ribovic round 1, but they are having a fucking war, and you immediately know this is going to be fun. Round 2 starts, and they go crazy right off the bat in round 2. Now, Daniel Zellhuber wins round 2. Pretty clearly to me. I think he's landing the jab better at range. I think he's going to the body well. I think he's landing more strikes, and I think it was too much for Esteban Ribovic to give him the round. So it was Daniel Zellhuber round 2. Looks really good. Round 3, and they start swinging, dude. Round 3 was one of the craziest things that I have ever seen in my life. Esteban Ribovic hurts Daniel Zellhuber really bad and just puts him on the back foot. That fight could have been stopped. I'm happy it wasn't because we got to see it just go to war the entire time. But Esteban Ribovic beat the piss out of Daniel Zellhuber in round 3. Looked really good doing it. Beat the fuck out of him. He had him hurt so bad. They could have stepped in and stopped the fight, but they didn't. It went to war. The decision goes to Esteban Ribovic, and I think that's right. I think Ribovic won rounds 1 and 3, and I think Daniel Zellhuber won round 2. Fight of the year. These guys got $50K bonuses each for the fight of the night. This was sick. Awesome performance. Awesome fight. Both these guys' stock goes up very, very high. 14-1, 15-2. These dudes are legit and may end up seeing a ranking in their future as well. They're young guys. It'll take a little bit of time, but they'll get up there at some point in their life. Holy shit, what a performance. Very, very intriguing. And we move on. Diego Lopez, Brian Ortega. Fucking love this fight, man. Now, I would have been spot on with a Diego Lopez round 1 knockout if he didn't land the counter hook behind the right hand he landed. Round 1 starts. They're feeling each other out. Lopez is landing a couple low kicks. Pause. Then Diego Lopez throws a fucking straight 2 that knocks out Brian Ortega on the feet. But he was so fast he landed the left hook behind it to wake Brian Ortega back up so that way he's standing. You see Ortega go out and then go back in with a 2 and a counter and a left hook. 2 and a 3. Diego Lopez just beat his ass all fight, man. This was a 30-27, 30-26. I'm okay with that scorecard in the first round with how close it was to finishing. Diego Lopez looked a lot more poised, a lot more patient, a lot better with his boxing. Did a tremendous job of not rushing in too much. Looks dangerous. Looks like he can give Ilya a problem. Still think Ilya wins right now, but looks like he can give Ilya a problem. Think he might knock out Volk. He can make a very fun fight with Max Holloway. He's going to have a good fight with Arnold Allen. Dude, this dude is coming to a top 5 near you, and it looks fucking good because this guy is a finisher. This is a dude that's exciting. You want to see at the top of the rankings. He is a monster. Diego Lopez, awesome fighter, great fights. Now has wins over Ortega. Ige, when he was all fucked up trying to make 3 different kinds of weights and really went through it, showed crazy adversity and the ability to finish. Number 3 ranked Ortega, number 13 or 11 ranked Ige, and number he's got Sabatini win. He's got the Sadiq Youssef win, who was ranked at the time. This guy's got some good wins now. And he's going to be in the top 5. So Diego Lopez, one of the most fun fighters. You got to watch him every time he fights. He can bring value to any pay-per-view. He can bring value to any fight night. He can bring value to any card he gets put on. Great win. Showed the ability to grapple with Brian Ortega. Showed the ability to outstrike guys like Brian Ortega. Has power and now showed poise in the pocket and the ability to stand in there and not go too crazy where he's going to get clipped on the way in. Great performance, Diego Lopez. Easy win. I do not know what's next for Ortega. Whether it's 55 or featherweight. Probably matching him up with featherweight, but we'll see. Stay tuned for the matchmaking video coming later. Shevchenko, Grasso, we're not spending a lot of time on this. It doesn't deserve a lot of time. Shevchenko got her takedowns whenever she wanted and dominated Alexa Grasso 5-0, 50-45. Yeah, I guess Grasso doesn't really have good takedown defense, which I guess we kind of knew, but we didn't think Valentina was going to be shooting that much. I thought that would have been a little bit more of a kickboxing and boxing battle, but yeah, stayed on the ground a lot. Literally 3/5 of this fight was on the ground. More, 17 out of 25 minutes was on the ground. Sucked, shitty fight, but Valentina won, clearly. Didn't even have to outstrike Alexa Grasso. She legitimately just went out there, took her down, held her down, got good position, and that was that. So Shevchenko, I guess, really was always better than Grasso, but yeah, it is what it is. Don't really care. We're moving on. Sean O'Malley, Merab Dvalishvili. So I picked Sean, as you all know. I went gung-ho on Sean. He lost. He did. Starting with the walkout, he looked flat on his walkout. Immediately looked like he wasn't ready to be in there. Looked like he didn't want to be there. Round 1, O'Malley's landing pretty decent on the feet to start, landing good body shots. Merab gets his takedown, and then just lands some absolutely violent knees to the thigh. Really violent knees to the thigh that absolutely swing the round in his direction. Had great control. Bruised up O'Malley's thigh. Pretty damn good. Had O'Malley thinking he had a Charlie horse almost. It hurt that bad. Very fun, very exciting first round for Merab Dvalishvili. Standing out there running like this, side to side, doing the fucking Moroccan dance like this. Looking so dumb. Terrible technique. And O'Malley looks like he gave up the takedown so easy. It looks like Merab shot in and he kind of just went to the ground with him. Okay? Don't know why you did that, O'Malley. Don't know why I didn't see much shit go up the middle. He didn't throw many teeps up the middle to start. Didn't throw feint any uppercuts like we should have saw. Didn't feint any knees. Just stood in there and walked out there. Looked like he was trying not to get taken down, but every time Merab shot, he would go down. Okay. Round 2, Merab Dvalishvili. Oh, actually, round 1 starts and Merab is just yapping it and complaining about Tim Welch and... Which, dude, it's fine. Like, he's allowed to yell shit from the corner. Fucking tune him out. You can call it, not irresponsible, what is it? Call it rude, whatever you want to call it. You can say that you don't like Tim Welch doing it. You can say it's rude. You can say it's disrespectful. You can say it's, like, not unethical. I don't know the word I'm looking for right now. I'm just so fucked up over this fight still. You can not like it as much as you want. It doesn't mean he can't do it. Call him a dick all he wants. At the end of the day, it's the fucking fight game. You need to pay attention to Sean O'Malley in front of you, you dumbass. But we get to round 2 after Merab wins round 1. And by the way, I want to say, this has been called a 5-0 domination. It wasn't. O'Malley won 2 rounds. It's 48-47. That's the right scorecard. But O'Malley could have landed a couple more strikes and done a little bit more damage and actually won round 1 if he did so. But he didn't. So Merab wins the round. Round 2, Merab also wins the round easy. Takes him down, gets control, holds him against the cage, lands vicious knees again to the thigh, dude. These knees they're earth-shattering. I could feel an earthquake all the way here in Massachusetts from Las Vegas when Merab was landing these knees, man. Let me tell you, I think the sphere was shaking. Crazy stuff from Merab landing these violent knees to the thigh. Absolutely entertaining as hell. Jumps guillotine, like, doesn't have it in at all. But O'Malley is standing there, not trying to get up, just defending a choke, looking like he doesn't want to be there, looking deflated and defeated. And then Merab, like, kisses him on the back and then stands up, and O'Malley just charges him and starts throwing strikes at him because the fight isn't over. The fight literally isn't over, and Merab's walking away because I guess Herb Dean jumped in, and maybe Merab thought it was over, but he was like, no kissing on the back, no Jones, bro. Like, John Jones ain't in the cage, bro. It's not Aljo. It's alright, dude. So O'Malley just stands up and starts teeing off on him to finish the round, and it's just not enough to swing the round to O'Malley, plain and simple. So Merab's starting this fight 2-0. Round 3, O'Malley's landing. Finally starts throwing a teep or two, lands him, throws his body shots again, and does more damage than Merab. Merab had a little bit of control time in this round, but O'Malley did more damage. He won round 3, plain and simple. Round 4, Merab wins, gets control time. Now it's 3-1. O'Malley's sitting there, down 3-1, defeated, looking like he doesn't want to be there. Tim Welch is saying, hey, it's over after this. Now, I don't want to speculate. A lot of people are saying shit corner work. Tell him what, he gets to go home and doesn't have to deal with it after this. He could have been saying that, I don't really know. But the way I think he was going is, I think he was more telling Sean, hey, it's over after this, you need to go. Like, you need to go and you need to get a finish because you're not winning this round. You can't even get a robbery in your way. So, O'Malley goes out there, has a great 5th round. Beating up Merab, teeping him to the body, has Merab hurt pretty damn bad a couple of times. The first teep, even if you want to say he was goating him in for the first teep, the second one really fucking hurt him where he gets hurt bad. Not the first or the second teep, the one where Merab, like, made a face. The second time, he was hurt really bad, didn't like that. O'Malley was landing shots to the body again, landing shots up top again, and won round 5 very clearly. But wasn't enough to win the overall fight. Merab won. Now, what I will say is, kudos to Merab. It's as simple as that. Kudos to Merab. He won the fight. He was the most deserving title challenger. He got his title. The guy deserved a title. Didn't want it to come at the cost of O'Malley, at our most fun champion. Now being traded over to our most boring champion. More boring than Belal. Belal actually has ability to throw his hands, and he doesn't look stupid. He has technique. He's more fun. When he's on the mic, you may not like him, but at least he doesn't ramble for a minute and a half straight saying absolutely, thank you guys, I'm so happy, I'm very happy, I win title, I love UFC, I love Dana White, thank you very much, thank you for opportunity, this is very big time, guys, hi Aljo, I kiss you later, we cuddle up later in bed, I love you Aljo, I love you team, thank you Syndicate. This was good. Thank you, Dana White, for opportunity. Like, dude, okay, you just did that for a minute. You had no substance to that. You didn't hype anyone up. This was so annoying. But good thing he makes skits on the internet. Good thing he makes shitty skits on the internet that people that are NPCs want to laugh to. Okay, dude. Boring champion. Didn't want him to be champion. But it doesn't matter what I want. I gotta get over it. It is what it is. I understand that. I'm an O'Malley fan now. I want to watch him win fights. I think he's fun. I think he's very, very good. And I think O'Malley was the tailor-made guy to beat Merab Dvalishvili, but didn't look it in this fight. I think O'Malley looked flat. I think once that bell rang, he didn't want to be there. He was sick of the takedowns. I think he fought to not get taken down, which is crazy. You need to go out there and fight to win. But he fought to not get taken down. That drives me insane, dude. Ugh. I don't care about the 4 and 6 on picks. I don't care that I lost money betting on him. I don't care. I wanted to see the more fun guy win. I love the UFC. I love the sport. I want to see it be fun. I want to see it be exciting. I want there to be finishability. I want there to be damage done in these fights. Now we have a champion that doesn't deal damage. It is what it is. Congrats to Merab. He won the fight. Clearly. 48-47, clear. Am I happy about it? No, but it doesn't matter what I'm happy about. Merab won. It's probably Umar next. There's some fun stuff you can do in the bantamweight division. I'll do a video talking about what to do next with the bantamweight division, kind of like I did flyweight and welterweight last week. But fuck, man. I don't know, bro. I really wanted to see O'Malley win. Really thought he was going to win. He didn't. Got that one dead wrong. Kudos to Merab. It is what it is. Got to deal with it. We all got to deal with it. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed the video, please like and subscribe. Matchmaking also coming out later today. Sorry this was late. I just needed a little bit of time to cope and not be angry. Thank you again.